How is it going, Database? There's no data here, and welcome back to another episode of Roblox Assassin. So today on Assassin, we are going to be doing something a little bit different, alright? We're not going to be in a game for long. Pretty soon we are going to be leaving this game here. So basically, there's been a bit of a trend lately on the internet, not really just Roblox, but just the internet in general, and that is tier lists. So this tier list trend probably originated from Super Smash Bros. That's basically how I got to know what a tier list is. And in Smash Bros in particular, basically a tier list would be basically how good a character is in the game, and then S tier would be the best rank, and then you would go down A, B, C, D, and then F tier would be the worst tier. And yeah, that's basically become a trend recently. A lot of YouTubers have just been making their own tier list for whatever. Like there's been a YouTuber tier list, there's a Roblox tier list, there's a bunch of tier lists in YouTube, so you can definitely check those out. But yeah, in this video I decided why not have some fun. We are going to make our own Roblox Assassin tier list. So basically what I did was I took every single exotic, mythic, and dream from Roblox Assassin, and I'm going to make a tier list based off of them. So yeah guys, before I get started, just a couple of ground rules. Basically think of this like a top 10 but with every single knife in Assassin. Well, not every single knife, but like the exotics and stuff and the mythics. Think of it like a top 10 sort of. This is not going to be based on value at all. That is not what a tier list is for. We have a value list in Assassin, and the link is in the description to that. So you can definitely check that out if you want to know your values. This is going to be completely opinion based. Alright, this is based on my opinion. If you do not agree with me, that is totally fine. You can totally make your own tier list. And this is going to be based entirely on looks. Not really going to put value into consideration at all. If I like the knife personally, it's going to be high tier. If I do not like the knife, it's going to be low tier. So yeah, without further ado, we are going to go into my internet browser and we are going to make the Assassin tier list. If you guys are excited for this episode of Assassin, then be sure to drop a like on this video. It helps out a whole lot. And comment down below your favorite Assassin knife. Also guys, if you're new, be sure to subscribe because we are going to do a bunch more Assassin giveaways in the future. So be sure to subscribe so that you are notified about that. Also, I know you guys are probably wondering what happened to my top 10 grind here. And I was going to get top 10. You know, I was going to get Champion X2. But basically what happened was... So yeah, I kind of just decided to stop the top 10 grind. Wasn't really worth it, not gonna lie. But I am still in the top 30 though, so I do have a bit of a chance to get top 100. We will see what happens. There are quite a few days left in the season. We're just gonna go with the flow and we're just gonna see what happens. Anyway, without further ado, let's go to the tier list maker and let's make the tier list. Alright guys, so here we are on the Roblox Assassin tier list maker. And needless to say, it took a very, very long time to get every single exotic, mythic, and dream into this tier list. I believe this is every single one. This is 145 knives. I have 145 knives to talk about. I'm pretty sure this is every single one. If I did miss one, let me know. But I'm pretty sure this is all of them. But yeah, basically, in case you've never seen a tier list before, S tier is the high tier, alright? This is the best tier. You know, the knives that I like the most are going to be in the S tier. And the F tier is the worst tier. So, you know, knives that I do not like, I will put in the F tier. And then everything else in between goes in these tiers. So, yeah, I guess I'll just go in order of every single knife. Put them in the tiers that I want. And, then you guys can see my final Assassin tier list. Again, keep in mind, this is completely my opinion, not value-based at all. This is just my personal opinion. And I'm actually going to start with this because it's distracting. So, Dark Crystal. This is literally the only picture for Dark Crystal. I'm not even kidding. I don't know what it is. I have access to Prisma's inventory. There's literally no picture of Dark Crystal. So, we have Zikroy here holding a Dark Crystal. And I'm going to put this in F tier. Not because of the picture. I just personally do not like Dark Crystal. I just feel like it's really bland. So yeah, Dark Crystal is going to be in F tier. Alright, so now I'm actually going to start going in order. So we have 2019 Blade here. I'm going to put this in D tier because it's kind of just a boring knife. You know, it's kind of... There's really not too much to say about it, you know? Abyssal Mace. This is an okay knife. I think it's pretty cool. I'm going to put it in C tier. Abyssal Spine. I'm going to put that in the same place. Maybe in B tier, but that would be pretty generous, honestly. Ancient Steel, I'm also going to put this in C tier because there's really not too much to say about that knife. Anguish. Anguish is a really cool knife in my opinion. I really like Anguish. This is going to go in A tier because I think this is a really cool knife. Archangel. I really don't like Archangel that much if I'm being honest. I'm going to put it in D tier. Maybe C tier, but ooh, Autumn Saber. Alright, this is going to go in B tier. You know, I definitely like my sabers. I think it's really cool. Azure. You know, this is a purple knife, but I never really liked Azure that much. I don't really know what it is. It's just, I don't know. It never clicked with me. Maybe it's the blue in the Azure, but you know, I never really liked it that much. I'm going to put it in D tier. This is another knife I could maybe put in C tier, but I don't know. I've just never been a huge fan of Azure, if I'm being honest. Banhammer. Definitely in S tier. 100%. There's no way. You have to put the Banhammer in S tier. That's kind of just a golden rule. Alright, so Bandit. It looks a lot like Archangel. I'm going to put that in D tier. Bat Scythe. I'm thinking B tier or A tier. I'm going to go with A tier because, you know, Bat Scythe is a very cool knife. Alright, Behemoth. I'm going to put it in B tier just because of how big it is. There's not too much to say about the knife itself. It's kind of just bland, but it is such a huge knife, and I think that's really, really cool. Birthday Blade, I'm going to put that in C tier. I don't really care much about that. Blizzard, I'm also going to put that in C tier. Not too much to say about that. Bloom, I don't like Bloom. I'm sorry. You're going in F tier. I don't like Bloom that much. Ooh, Bone Axe, definitely going in A tier. That is a good knife. I really like that. Bone Scythe, B tier. Definitely B tier. I think that's the one. Candy Slayer, B tier or C tier? I'll put it in B tier. I think it's cool, you know. It's a delicious knife. Looks like you can eat it. Champion Axe 2. Definitely putting this in A tier. This is a very cool knife. Same with Champion Axe 1 because, you know, it's pretty much the same knife. Might as well put that, you know, in the A tier. Champion Blade. Champion Blade is kind of tough, but I'm going to put it in the A tier. I don't know if I'm going to put Elegant Blade in the A tier. I mean, it is kind of the same knife, but, you know, this is purple, so I don't know. Alright, Chaos Axe. This is a pretty cool knife. I'm going to put it in B tier. Steampunk. I'm also going to put that in B tier. That is also a pretty good knife. I do like that. Competitor Blade 2. Should I put that in A tier? I use that pretty frequently. I think this is a pretty cool knife. I'm going to put that in A tier. Same with Competitor Blade 1, even though I never use this. This is a super cool knife. I just never use this at all because Competitor Blade 2 is literally just the same knife, but slightly better because this is a purple effect. Corrupted Axe is also going to go in the A tier. I'm a huge fan of Corrupted Axe. Underrated knife in my opinion. Corrupted Axe, this needs more love. Cosmic Eye. Cosmic Eye is kind of just a weird knife. I don't really like it. D tier. Crescendo. Crescendo's alright. I'm going to put this in the C tier. You know, it's a pretty cool knife. Crypto. How do I feel about Crypto? I'm thinking either D or C. I'm going to put it in C. I think this is an okay knife. This is also pretty underrated, to be honest. This is like the rarest bundle in the game, in my opinion. Candy Blade's better, of course, because of demand, and it's a lot more unique. But this thing needs more love. This has been unobtainable for like almost 2 years, which is a very long time. Crystal Blade, same thing as Dark Crystal. Gonna go in the F tier. I don't really like it that much. Cupid, this is gonna go D tier. It's kind of just weird for me. It could go up to C tier, but I don't know. I don't like Cupid that much. Ooh, Cutlass. Nobody likes Cutlass. This is going in F tier. Dark Age. I'm going to put this in the C tier. I think this is mediocre. Dark Blade. I like Dark Blade. This is going A tier. I'm a huge fan of Dark Blade. Dark Claw. That is also good, but not as good as Dark Blade. I'm going to put it in the B tier. Dark Horse. This is a cool knife. This is going to be in B tier. Dawnstar, I don't like Dawnstar that much. There's really not too much to say about it. I'm going to put it in F tier for now, but it's very barely in the F tier. I could definitely bring this up to D tier. Defender, this is a cool effect. This is going to go in the B tier. I like this. Maybe A tier. I'm not too sure yet. Demon Heart, very nice effect, but kind of bland. I'm going to put it in the C tier. Diamond Tier, this is also a pretty good knife. I'm going to put this in the C tier. Doombringer. I like Doombringer. It's purple. It's a nice sword. This is going in B tier. Dragon Breath. This is tough. I'm stuck between these two tiers. I'm going to put in the A tier. I appreciate Dragon Breath for what it is. Dreamwalker, I think this is going in the S tier, honestly. I've really liked Dreamwalker ever since it came out. You know, it's purple. It's got a really nice effect. It was super hard to craft. Now it's unobtainable. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep Dreamwalker in the S tier. Earth Elemental, D tier. Earthen Blade, I like how you look like a pirate. I think that's cool, so I guess that's worth the C tier. Egg Claymore, I never really cared about this knife. This is going in the D tier. Egg Beater, super unique knife, A tier. This could very much go up to S tier because of how unique it is. Electro Saw, this, I feel like this has to go in the S tier. I think it is super cool to like throw and stab people with an electric chainsaw. No other knife like this. This is definitely going in the S tier. Electron, it's kind of just a tiny knife. Not really a fan. I'm going to put this in D tier. Elegant Blade, I'm also going to put this in A tier. You know, it kind of makes sense because, you know, these Champion Blade and Elegant Blade are pretty much the same. So, you know, I'm going to put Elegant Blade in here as well. Elegant Saber. I honestly really like Elegant Saber. I don't know if I should put it in B tier or A tier. I think I'm going to put it in A tier because I really like this knife. I like the trail effect with it. I think that is also very unique. So, yeah, I'm going to put that in A tier. Emerald Knight. I don't care about this knife that much. I'm going to put it... I'll put it C tier. I'll be nice to Emerald Knight. Epic Blue. Not a huge fan of it. D tier. Epic Red. I guess I'll put that in A tier. It's slightly better than Epic Blue. Fairy. I'm also going to put that in the C tier. Fairy Axe is honestly an underrated knife. I'm going to put this in B tier. Alright, I think everybody knows that I'm going to put Fang in the S tier. This is like my favorite knife in the game. Definitely going in the S tier. Not even hesitating about that one. Fawn, it's a nice effect, but kind of bland. Putting it in the C tier. Fire Elemental. Big fan of this knife. This is going in the A tier. Flame Brand. This knife is just bad. F tier. Flame Mace, definitely a good knife. This is going in A tier 100%. Flower Killer. I don't really like this one. This is either going in the F tier or the D tier. I don't like it. F tier. Frizendo. I like this knife a lot. This is going in the B tier. I think this is a pretty good knife. Frost Dragon. I don't really care about this knife. This is going in the C tier, to be completely honest with you. Frostbite. I really like the effect of this. I think I'm going to put this in the A tier, but this might fall to B tier. I'm not really sure, but I'll put it in the A tier for now. Fury, I don't like this. Too small. F tier. Gem, alright. How do I feel about Gem? I think this is pretty cool. I'm going to put this in the B tier. You know, it's a nice purple knife. Definitely a fan of it. Gilded Luck, this is a nice golden knife. I'm also going to put this in the B tier. I'm a fan of it. Same with Gilded, because, you know, why not? I think Gilded is a pretty cool knife. Golden Eagle, I didn't really like it that much. D tier. Grim Scythe, such a cool edgy knife. This is going in the A tier. Hollow Axe, I don't really care. Have fun in the C tier. Heartbreaker, you are going to be D tier. Actually, C tier. You're actually pretty cool. Hearth, I love the Hearth so much. This is definitely going in the S tier for me. This is a really cool knife. Definitely a fan of it. Holiday Blade, pretty cool knife. I guess I could put this in the B tier. Holiday Saber, also a very cool knife. I'm going to put this in the A tier because, you know, I think it deserves it. Very cool looking knife. Hunter, D tier. Not a huge fan of this knife. Ice Ancient, this is going to be C tier because, yeah, not too much to say about it. It's a nice mythic, not gonna lie, but it's also kind of bland, you know? Ice Dagger, we have so many ice knives, and this is the worst out of all of them. This is going in the F tier. Ice Lord's going D tier. You know, I wasn't a huge fan of Ice Lord that much. It's okay, but, like, there were better knives. Ice Slasher, this is going to be C tier. You know, I think this is an okay knife. This could go up to B tier, honestly, because, you know, it's a decent knife, but I'm going to keep it in the C tier for now. Inferno. How do I feel about Inferno? I got to give it credit for the orange flames effect, because, you know, that's not in the game yet, but if you have Inferno, you basically have orange flames. So, I'm going to put this in the B tier. I think it is worthy of that. Jolly Blade, I don't really care. I'll put it in the C tier. You know, honestly, you're lucky you're not in the D tier. I adore Krampus. This is going in the S tier 100%. Lava Blade. Sorry, you're going in the F tier. Does anybody even remember that Leaf Dagger exists? Legend Hammer. This is a super cool knife. Definitely going in the A tier. This is like the only hammer in the game. It's got a really nice effect. It's an unboxable dream. Definitely going in the A tier. Love this knife. It doesn't quite reach the worthiness of the S tier, but definitely has its spot in the A tier. Candy Blade. This knife is so overrated, but I still love it. This is going in the S tier. I know a lot of people use it. I think everyone's sick of Candy Blade at this point, including me. But I still love this knife at the end of the day when all is said and done. Very cool knife. Lord Sinister is going to the A tier. This is a very cool knife. Huge fan of it. Lucky Axe. I don't really like this axe. It kind of just looks weird. I'm going to put this in the D tier. Lucky Blade. It looks alright, I guess. I'm going to put it in the C tier. Machete. You know, I appreciate Machete for what it is, but it's really not my cup of tea. I don't like it. I'm going to put it in the F tier. Magma Lord. Honestly, this thing is pretty close to a C tier, but not quite. It's going to go in the D tier. Magma. Very cool knife. Definitely A tier. Misfortune. This is okay. I'm going to put this in the C tier. Molten Core. This is going to go... Should I put this in the... Nah, I'm going to put it in the D tier. I don't really like that much. It's a little too small. Neon Ancient, definitely going in the A tier. This is a super cool knife in my opinion. Neptune is going S tier just because of how unique it is. Like the sideways knife, that is super cool. Definitely going in the S tier. There's no other knife like this. Neutron, I like this a little bit better than Electron. I'm going to put this in the C tier. This is pretty cool. Nightmare is kind of just Azure, but worse. You know, I'm being kind of generous putting this in the D tier, to be completely honest. Northern Star, I like this knife. The only problem with it is it causes lag when you play it in first person. But still a pretty cool knife. I'm going to put this in the B tier. Ocean Blade. Nah, I don't really care about this knife. Onyx Tier. Solid B tier. Definitely a very good knife. Especially when you equip certain effects. This is a very good knife, in my opinion. Onyx is also pretty cool. I'm also going to put that in the B tier. Thean Axe. Not really a fan of this knife that much. I'm going to put this in the D tier. Overseer, not too much to say about it. This is going in the D tier. Same with Paladin. This is kind of just a bland knife. Not too much to say about it. This is going in the D tier. Actually, maybe the C tier. This is a little bit better than these other knives. I'm going to put in the C tier. Phantom, I don't really like Phantom that much. I'm going to put this in the D tier. Pharaoh, I'm also going to put this in the D tier. You know, don't really like it that much. Possessed Axe, very good knife. This is definitely going in the A tier. Pot of Gold. This is honestly a pretty underrated knife. A lot of people don't like this, but I think it's really cool. This is definitely a solid B tier. Proton. I'm going to be completely honest. I don't like the look of Proton that much. But just because, you know, this is my first ever exotic knife. And especially considering the following that Proton has gotten over the past year. Definitely going to put this in the B tier. This is a very special knife nowadays. Definitely going to put that up there. Maybe the A tier, but I'm not really sure yet. Pumpkin King, this is an okay knife, I guess. I'll put this in the D tier. Rainbow Saber, very close to an S tier. I don't think it quite reaches that, though. So I'm going to put it, like, I guess, top of the A tier. Because, you know, it's pretty close. Rainbow Seer is also going in the A tier. This is a very, very cool knife, in my opinion. Reaper Axe, I'm going to be honest, you barely look like an axe. I'm going to put you in the F tier. Royal Egg. I like this better than Fawn, so I'm definitely going to put this in the C tier. This is a pretty good knife. I like Ruby. I'm definitely going to put this in the B tier. I'm a fan of this knife. Runic Blade. I don't really like the look of this knife too much, but it is a very nice effect. This is going in the B tier. Same with Sapphire, because, you know, it's pretty much the same thing as Ruby. This is going to go in the B tier as well. Serif. This has to go in the S tier, dude. I'm sorry. Serif just looks so cool. I love Serif so much. Shadow, I like this knife for what it is. This is going B tier. Shamrock, I don't really like it that much. This is going D tier. Skeleton King, this just has to go S tier. I mean, come on. How could you not put Skeleton King in the S tier? Skylord. Yeah, cool. Skylord. Slayer, this is pretty cool, I guess. I'll put this in the C tier. This is pretty nice. Soul is a very cool knife. I like it a lot. Definitely putting it in the B tier. There's so many knives here. I have to like scroll to put them in the certain tiers. Spark. Putting this in the D tier. Not a huge fan of Spark. Spider. Where is Spider going to go? I think Spider is going to go in the A tier. It's kind of hard decision. This could go down to the B tier. Yeah, actually, Spider's gonna go down to the B tier. Because, I don't think it's quite worthy of the A tier. But it is a very good knife nonetheless. Spring Saber is also going in the B tier. I definitely like the Sabers. I just think, you know, Holiday Saber and Krampus are better. These are like the OG Sabers, you know what I mean? Starlight. This is okay, I guess. Striker is going in D tier, but, you know, I like it. It's okay, but it's really not the best. Sunslayer, I'll put this in the C tier. I can appreciate Sunslayer for what it is. Super Freeze is a really cool knife. I like the snow effect. Definitely going in the A tier. I'm a huge fan of the Super Freeze. Synergy, I don't really like Synergy that much. Never been a huge fan of it. This is going into the D tier. Techno, this knife has its effect. I don't really know why that is, but yeah, this is non-exotic with an effect of its own, so I don't know why there's an effect on it. But I'll put it, I don't really like it without the effect, so I'm gonna put it in the D tier. Ultraviolet, very cool knife, love the effect. This is going in the A tier. Undead Lord is also pretty decent. You know, I'll put this in the C tier. I think this is pretty good. Unicorn, very cool knife. You know, Dark Horse is in the B tier, so I will also put Unicorn in there. I'll put it right next to Dark Horse, because why not? Vampire, not a huge fan of it. Going in the D tier. Void, this is a pretty solid knife. I'm going to put this in the B tier. Same with Water Elemental. I think I'm also going to put this in the B tier. Maybe the A tier, but I don't really know. I'm going to keep it in the B tier for now. Wind Elemental, definitely going in the S tier. This is one of my most favorite mythics in the game. This is a super cool knife. Definitely putting that in here. And Wrath, I'm starting to like Wrath more and more every day. This is also going in the S tier. And that's it. That is every single knife. I've gone through all 145 knives. And yeah, this is pretty much it. I'm going to look over the tier list one more time. And if I want to make any changes, I will let you guys know. You know what? I think I'm going to move the champion axes up to S tier. Because honestly, it's not even that much value based. I just really like these knives. I think they look super cool. So yeah, I'm going to move these up to S tier. I'm going to move Soul up to A tier, honestly. I really like Soul. I think the effect is really cool. I think this is really underrated. Putting this to A tier. I think I'm going to move Shadow down to C tier. Because it's still a good knife, don't get me wrong. But like, I don't like it that much, you know. And yeah, with that, I think I'm content with this tier list. So if you guys want to screenshot this tier list, then you totally can. Keep in mind, this is totally my opinion. So yeah, this is the top half of the tier list. This is the bottom half. I know it's kind of annoying because there are so many knives that I have to scroll to show the entire tier list. But yeah, there's just so many knives in Assassin. What can I really say? Again, guys, I will leave the link to Tier Maker in the description. And then there, you can make your very own Assassin tier list. So if you end up making one, then be sure to send it to me. You can totally send me a DM through Discord if you want. You know, that's totally up to you. And yeah, that's going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Roblox Assassin. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and those are the things that YouTube people do. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay purple.